So guys, after totally guessing out, we're on a crater. Just really tiring. Funny crater. Although the UV rays are weaker during the winter, girl, you're still gonna get it. That's the painted hills right there. So pretty. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm gonna talk about hiking. I've been hiking for a little while now, and I want to show you, or I want to share with you 10 tips on how to start hiking. So for the beginner hikers out there, check this video out. While I do that, I'm gonna be showing clips from my recent day hike, which is the Lassen Volcanic National Park. So this is actually not my first time to hike a volcanic trail. First is Mount Fuji in Japan. I remember reading about how Mount Fuji is a stratovolcano. It almost feels like you're walking on a sand. So every time you step forward, it feels like your foot is dragged halfway back. So it's making the process really slower than usual. It's a little bit challenging. I honestly got tired. It's not really that long, but it was tiring, but it was rewarding at the top. So guys, these are my tips. First, know your trail. You should check on websites for trails so you know what to expect. Check on the recent review and don't just rely on Google Maps. Although it's old-timey, you can also keep an actual paper maps when high-tech and built-in GPS lets you down. Number 2, check the weather forecast. Definitely check the weather days before you hike. It will tell you when it's sunny, stormy, windy, or even snowing. This way you can plan everything else accordingly. If you're not a fan of a sunny hike, you can opt for better temperature, let's say early in the morning or afternoon. My favorite is the afternoon one, especially if you go on a hike where there's a scenic view. My recent hike is a good example of this. There's these hills which are called painted hills, and the beauty of these landscapes comes out especially during the glow hours. So when they say the glow hours, it's usually right after the sunset, like immediately after the sunset. That's when everything, the colors pop up, and it's so nice to take pictures. Number 3, hydrate. Water and hydration are very important when you go outdoors. Human body is 60% water. This is why we tend to get dehydrated fast when we neglect water. There's a trick I do when I go on a hike in the morning. I keep myself hydrated the night or the day before. That way I don't have to force myself to drink a lot or bring too much water on my journey. I drink about 2 to 3 liters of water every day in general, so this hasn't been a problem for me. Number 4, care for your feet. This one is an essential if you don't want to ruin your first hike. Get yourself a proper hiking shoes or boots. Usually, during your first hike, you are most likely to go on an easy terrain. Normally, shoes with proper cushion and shape is enough. On the other hand, if the terrain is a little steeper, make sure your boots have the traction to keep you safe. Also, wear the right socks. Do not wear cotton. Do not wear cotton. And guys, please do yourself a favor and cut your toenails. Number 5, feel your body. Of course, if you're not feeling it, don't ever do it. You have to listen to your body. Stretch before you start. Especially you are new, don't dive into hiking right away. Condition your body. Let's say you have a knee pain. You should opt for easy trails, mostly flat trails. I have this trick that's really helpful when you're going upward on a steeper terrain. Walk using your glutes or your butt area. You're most likely gonna be using your quads, aka the muscles in front of your thigh going down, so using your glutes going up will prevent it from being burnt out. Number 6, right garments or covering. When I say garments and covering, I'm talking about clothing. Do not wear cotton. Cotton retains moisture. It's very uncomfortable in the heat and will make you cold on low temperatures. Opt for dry fit garments which are made of polyester. Sunblock is also a must. People tend to think that sunblock is for hot weather only, but nope. Sunblock is essential all year round, and yes, even on winter time. Although the UV rays is weaker during the winter, you're still gonna be having it. You don't really need the high SPFs of sunblock. I actually just use 30 SPF and that should be enough. Also, check that you are getting the right sunblock. Zinc oxide and titanium dioxide are the most important and effective ingredients. Also, get your hands on hats and caps. Number 7, bring tools. Tools like flashlights, headlamps, lighter, and first aid kits may come in handy in case of emergency. Also bring batteries and extra shirt if the hike is a little longer. Trekking poles are also really helpful. Even experienced hikers treat them as hiking essentials. Number 8, food and snacks. Since you are a beginner, you are most likely going to go on a day hike. In that case, you can bring perishable goods. It depends on your trip on how much snack you are going to bring. I usually bring bananas, trail mix, and protein bars on a day hike. You can also bring something like beef jerky, peanuts, and chips. Number 9, hike with people. Don't you feel safer when you hike with someone or a group rather than alone? If you have no one to hike with you, don't hike during the night. And when you go, make sure your family or your friends or whoever lives with you knows where you're going. It's safer to actually tell them the name of the trail, what time you're going, and when do you plan to come back. Number 10, follow the rules. Stay on the trail. Just like what it says on the signs, usually around the trail, don't bother the natural habitat of wild animals. It would be dangerous for you and for the environment if you are stubborn enough to go out of the trail. And also, don't leave any trace or trash. Bring back what you brought and respect the nature. One more thing, don't forget your camera or your phone and take pleasure in being with the nature. Once again, thanks for watching and see you later. Ciao!